Hey y'all, hey, welcome to But Also, the Real Talk podcast for real life moments. I'm your host, G Dazzle. Some of y'all know me as G Daz, but most of y'all just call me G, your girl, your friend, your sis, who's here to keep it real with you. Now, this podcast is all about diving into life's little moments that don't always fit into a neat little box because life isn't always black and white. Here we talk about the gray. So both sides of the coin, where two truths can't exist, those yes and moments of life, like Black History Month is now upon us, but also I'm Black 365 a year. So here we keep it light, we keep it real, and we keep it all the way honest. So you'll get some laughs, you'll get a couple of keys, and maybe even a moment or two where you be like, dang G, you just gonna read my life like that? Yes, I am. Because we are all living the same life, boo. And that's okay. So whether you're here trying to figure it all out or just trying to make it through today, I got you. Let's talk about the highs, let's talk about the lows, and all the messy moments in between. All right, let's get into it. All right, y'all. So for today's episode and for the rest of the episodes this month, we'll be celebrating Black history. And no, I don't mean from the Black History Starter Pack. And you know what I'm talking about. The one where we all talk about Rosa Parks or Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Martin Luther King. Now, I don't mean any disrespect to them because it is absolutely their shoulders that we stand on. But this month's focus is to talk about Black history of today. Better yet, Black history in the making. And with that, I have a very special guest with me today. Not only is he a 3-time Emmy-nominated news anchor, but he's also my friend, my ace, my homie, who is also a whole fashion icon. So y'all, please welcome with me Justin E. Andrews to the podcast.
LG put the E.
Hey, clap, 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 clap. Hey. Welcome, friend.
Thank you so much. Whenever you asked me to do this, you really thought I was going to say no?
I mean, not all the way, but I just never take anything for granted. Now, you got to be cognizant of people's time now. So I was just making sure.
Mm-hmm. But it's cool. We here.
Yeah.
We doing it. And let's talk. Let's talk.
All right. So first things first, like I said before, you all heard the intro. Emmy nominated 3 times, not 1, not 2, but 3. Like, how does it feel to be out here just casually making history and whatnot?
You know, that's a funny question, G, because I think I'm still wrapping my mind around it, even years later. Yes, I am a 3-time Emmy-nominated anchor, and the reason I'm trying to wrap my mind around it is because I don't do it for that. I don't do it for the recognition. So, like, when getting the recognition, and you know this, because you've been rocking with me, I actually get a little uncomfortable. And I'm learning to be okay with accepting it. Because again, it goes back to I don't do it for the recognition. I don't do it for an award. So when I do, it's like, oh, this wasn't the goal. But it does feel good to be appreciated, especially for something that you do that you don't expect anything. So yes, it is such an honor to be, a 3-time Emmy-nominated anchor and reporter. I don't take that lightly, and I'm still processing it. Honestly, I'm still processing it, but I am embracing it. Let's make that clear.
I know that's
because
right.
that is a part of me. That is who I am. I am a 3-time Emmy-nominated anchor and reporter. And I have to stand in the truth because that is the truth. So.
Yes, stand on that business. Not once, not twice, but thrice. Let them know out here. And friend, and here's the thing, as we talk about that, I also want to make sure that y'all, for those who are listening, y'all can't see what my friend has on right now. He's fly right now. He came on the podcast flexing on me low key. And so for those of you who are able to see this, like, I just got to take a moment. We're not even about to downplay this fashion game right now because listen, friend, I see you and you've been peeped. Like, let the people know, have you always been this fly or was there like an awkward phase that we don't even know about?
You know what? It's funny you asked me that. This gonna make y'all die laughing. I remember as a kid, I was like in elementary, middle school, And I used to beg my mom and my dad to take me to the beauty supply store. Okay. Beauty supply store, obviously most women go there to get hair products, make all of that, right? But I went because I wanted shoestrings. Every color shoestring that there was, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
And here's what's crazy about it. I asked for that shoestring in every color, and every night before school, I would lay out what I was wearing, and I would change my shoestrings to match my shirt or my attire for the next day. So, what have I always been like connected to fashion? Yes, but it's been like in little weird, detailed ways. And this is the first time that I've really shared this, so this is an exclusive for the But Also podcast. But yeah, like it has been a part of me for a long time, but in different ways. So yeah, as a kid, my shoestrings matched the shirt every time. Okay, every time. So I've kind of continued that. It's just, and part of the reason, honestly, though, G, why I do it, and it kind of connects to Black history, is appearance matters.
Yes.
Especially for Black men. Appearance matters. And I know this kind of deviates kind of what we're talking about, but it matters because every time I walk out of the door, I'm judged simply based on what I have on. I have on a suit, turtleneck now, right? What if I popped down here with a hoodie? How would it be viewed? Is he chilling? Is he a criminal? You know, all of those things come up based on society. We see it, right? So my appearance matters, and I have to make a conscious decision what I have on, what I wear, because that's how people are going to sadly perceive me. So fashion has always been something big. It's more than just me liking clothes. It's literally almost like a walking advertisement of who I am. And we have to understand that too. Every single time we walk out of the doors, you're advertising yourself. How do you want to be portrayed? Granted, you shouldn't be judged based on what you have on, but we live in a society who will literally judge you based on what you have on, and that will prevent you from getting a job. That will prevent you from getting money. That will prevent you from getting a promotion. So for me, it's one of those things that I put on clothes. I care about my appearance because of how it's going to be perceived, and it makes me feel good. Let's be clear. I don't do it just for, trying to make sure others are treating me well. Because let's be honest, they're going to treat me how they want to treat me regardless of what I do. But I love looking good.
I know that's right.
My fact, they catch me. Right. Look,
be feeling like the man when you walk through.
Look, when I walk through.
Hey, yes, I know that's right. Because when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you do good. So I know that's right, friend. I mean, that's what I said. I just had to take a moment. I'm like, y'all, those who are listening, I was like, I just had to let y'all see what I see because the brother came fresh today. So if you get an opportunity to watch the podcast, please tune in and watch it. You be like, oh, yeah, the brother was fly. The brother was fly.
Yeah. I try to look something. I had I had to pull up on G Dazzle. So, that dazzle, I was like, let me go ahead and put my little dazzle on there, too.
I know that's right.
So I got a little dazzle. Right. Cool.
Yeah. Yes. I'm all about a little sprinkle, sprackle, razzle, dazzle now. Yes. I love it. So, friend, I want to take a moment. Let's take it back a bit. Let's take it back a bit. Back a bit.
I'm using that. We're going back
a bit. Let's take it back a bit. Where did your journey in journalism begin? Like, was it like little Justin out here with a toy microphone interviewing at the family cookouts? Like, how did that journalism story really start?
All right. So it's kind of two different stories. Number one, I'll tell it. Let me just shut up and tell it. So, one story is I remember as a kid, I was always like on the stage. I was in plays. In school, they had me take leading roles, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't like it. I didn't enjoy being in the forefront. I didn't enjoy being in plays and doing all of that, but I was
Yeah.
good at it,
Mm.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I didn't like it, but I saw the response of others and they got something from it, right?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was like, hmm, didn't think anything of it back then. I'm
Yeah.
a kid. Like, what is that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So fast forward to high school, you're trying to figure out life. You're trying to figure out your career, what's next. I remember for years I said I wanted to be an attorney because this bad boy, look, goes. Okay. A brother can talk
All right.
without problems. It
Okay.
got me in trouble in elementary school
Not
and middle
trouble,
school.
friend. Not
I
trouble.
stayed in ISS
Not
because
did
Justin
you?
was going to say simply because of this. Grades
Mm.
were great. Good student.
Mm-hmm.
But this, I didn't know how to control it. So then
Mm.
I remember in high school, I took a creative writing course. And I was like, oh, okay, I like this. And I took it a step further and then I enrolled in a journalistic writing course.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, ooh, I love to talk.
Yeah.
I realized the discovery in my ability to write based on those two courses that I got. And I merged the two. And I'll never forget, it was my brother, my mom, and my dad. We used to literally sit and watch the 10 o'clock news every night. It literally lived in our home. It was almost like another family member. The
Mm.
news was on every night at 10.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one random night. I don't remember how old I was, but I know I was in high school. And I looked at the TV and I said, that's what I want to do. My family
Okay.
looked at me like, okay. Right. And I'm not going to lie, me saying it, in my head, I'm like, what? Where did that come from? I said it. The rest is history. And what's crazy is when I said that's what I want to do, it was literally the station that I work for now.
Wow.
We were watching Channel 4 at that time, First Alert 4.
Wow.
And I said, that's what I want to do. And I am literally, for the second time, working here, doing exactly what I said I would do. So that's the journey, how I got into it. I didn't think that I would be on TV. This was not a goal as a kid. The
Mm.
goal here is high school, as a high schooler. And the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That sounds so full circle, friend. It sounds so full circle. And thank you so much for sharing that. And it's crazy. So back then you saw that visual, you were watching the news and said, this is what I want to do. And now here you are, sitting at the anchor desk, shaping narratives and telling our stories in a way that matters. Like, that's major, for real, for real. Like, we not even going, that's the real flex right there. But also, I gotta ask it for the people. What's been the most ridiculous or unexpected moment that you have ever had on air?
Repeat that one more time for me.
Now that you're at the desk, what would you say has been the most ridiculous or unexpected moment that you have ever had on air?
Okay. Ridiculous or unexpected. There's been a couple
Okay.
because I'm a human, right?
Okay. All
But
right.
one that I particularly remember was when
Mm-hmm.
I was in California working in San Francisco in the bank.
Okay.
That's where you and I connected, right?
Yep. Yep.
Well,
Let the people know.
reconnected.
There you go.
Okay. But I was working there and I was on air delivering the story as I do every morning.
Mm-hmm.
And the anchors at the time were saying, our Justin Andrews is live in the studio. And the teleprompter is the thing we see that we can read all the words, right? It was right in my face, just like this camera lens here on the other side, right? Literally at
Mm-hmm.
my face. I see the words. Nothing would come out of my mouth. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
froze. I wasn't nervous because by
Mm-hmm.
that time I had been in the business for what, 12 years or so? So it wasn't
Yeah.
like it was anything new. Mind you, this was a random morning. I had been working there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We're live on the air, and I'm like, and I literally had to come to myself. I was like, all right, mind you, this is all live. I'm like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, let's do this again. And then I
Yeah.
started again. I don't know
Okay.
what happened. I had a brain fart, I guess, which I didn't need to because the words were right there. But this thing wasn't doing nothing. Okay. There's been plenty of times I forgot my name. I
Oh
don't know.
Lord.
I've
Oh
been out
Lord.
live. I'm like, yeah, we're live at XYZ. Justin Andrew, like
Ah,
it's
who
just
am I,
it's a
Lord?
lot.
It
Yes, it's a
is.
lot, and I think we're human. I mean, we just forget things, right? But I think the
Yeah.
pressure of what we do in the business, we're thinking about because when you do what we do, you're thinking about the story, you're thinking about who's around, you're
Yeah.
thinking about all of those things. So your mind is racing while you're sitting there with the microphone or while you're reading. So our minds are like we're dealing with a lot of things that we have to do. The camera, make sure the information is accurate, like all of that. So my mind just had a fart and it farted. And
Little toot toot.
don't put this in there. Uh, it did what it had to do. So that was probably one of the
Excuse me.
most, one of the probably most embarrassing or ridiculous moments that I had on TV.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that level of transparency, Frank. Because I mean, the moments that I've had where I've had to like read out loud, like reading a script away from something on camera, it takes your mind a second to do it. And like teleprompter reading is not easy. It's not for the weak at all. Like it is so much more than just standing in front of something, reading it, and then trying to read it naturally at that. And then like, oh Lord, if you just happen to be one of the slow readers in the class, child, look.
Look, and it's a little different too, because teleprompter would, whenever you read normally, you read from left to right. Teleprompter goes up,
Mm.
so your reading is going up. So it's a whole different dynamic.
It's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard. So I definitely have to give you a flower for teleprompting the way that you do because it's not easy. What little times I've tried it, look, I was a stuttering Stanley. I ain't gonna lie to you, friend. So it was not easy. So I definitely had to give you your props on that. So thank you so much for sharing that. Okay. So you report on serious news, but also you've got personality, friend. You got some humor, and we've already touched on the style. So, how do you balance being the polished professional that you are while still bringing your full self to the table?
That's a really, really good question because what I
Mm-hmm.
do and what journalists do is very important.
Yeah.
We literally tell people what's going on across the country and the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like the responsibility I don't take lightly.
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that because it is very, very serious. We're the ones who are challenging authority. We're the ones informing the public. We're the ones that are trying to get the facts when there's a lot of misinformation out there, right? So I
Mm-hmm.
don't take that lightly, but I also believe that those who are watching want to make sure that where they're getting their news, where they're getting their information is coming from a real, genuine person.
Yeah.
I always tell people this all the time. Um, you may not remember what I said, but you'll always remember how I made you feel.
Mm. Hold
So,
on, friend. We gotta take a moment. Can you repeat, like, rewind that? Because that was a word right there. That's not something to let. We can't let that just roll by. Go ahead and repeat that one more again, friend.
Bears. So I tell people this all the time, and I don't remember. I may have come up with it myself. I don't
Mm.
remember, but I tell people all the time that we often don't remember what people necessarily say word from word, but
Mm.
we always remember how they made us feel.
Mm.
So, translating that to what I do every time I hit the screen, I'm making it my duty to whoever is watching. I may agree with their political views, I may not. I
Yeah.
may disagree with their thoughts, I may not. But at the end of the day, when you see Justin hit the screen, you're going to feel something.
Mm.
I'm not going to say what you're going to feel because I can't tell you what you're going to feel. But when I hit the air, I'm just as naturally polished as I can be. And I think that resonates with people. And even when I'm not polished, admitting that I'm not.
Yeah.
Because again, like I said earlier, G, we're human. So
Yeah.
I'm no better than you or anybody else who's consuming the news. I just have a job that happens to unravel in front of hundreds of thousands of people every single day. Yours is not, but mine just happens to be. Yeah. Doesn't make it any less important, doesn't make my job any more important. So for me, the balance is important because it allows viewers to know that I'm real. I'm not a robot. I'm not just reading. I have emotions. I have thoughts. And as a journalist, we are to be objective. But some things you're just like, now look, now, I don't care who you are or what side of the political aisle you stand on. Wrong is wrong sometimes, you know? So just being authentic and real. And that's changed because doing this for 14 years, that wasn't the case years ago, G. It was show up, white shirt, solid tie, no beard, don't move. But they notice that people are longing for individuals who look like them, sound like them, are them, because we are.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question?
No, it did. It answered it beautifully. And even to peel the layers of it even more, because like, you know, you talk about the look and what people see when you come on screen. And it also makes me think about what they hear, because I always feel like Black folks in the media have always had to walk that line, to your point, to be respected, but also relatable, to be authentic, but also palatable. Have you ever had a moment where you felt like you had to code switch or fight for your voice in this industry?
Yes to both.
Okay.
As far as code switching, every day. Every day. Nothing wrong with it though.
Yeah.
Because I do believe there is a time and a space and a place for everything.
Absolutely.
So when I am going to a rough part of the city after covering a crime, I can't go into that neighborhood, 3-piece suit, sounding very professional like I do every single day on the air, because it doesn't resonate with those people in that neighborhood. So you've heard this say you got to meet people where they are.
Absolutely.
That's what I do. You meet them where they are. I can't go in there feeling, because they may take that as you're above me. No, I'm not. I'm right here with you. So I go in those neighborhoods. I've said before, bro, what's going on? He's like, hey, who are you? I'm like, oh, I'm Justin with Channel 4. Bro, what's up? What's happening?
Yeah.
They get comfortable. They get familiar with you. Oh, I watch you every morning on the news. Yeah, man, what's going on in your neighborhood? Bruh, man, they did this. So how I address this, G, is becoming a human first. And I know I sound cliche, but that is literally how I address everything that I do, because I am human first. Strip away Justin as a person who likes fashion. Strip away Justin as a person who loves what he does as a journalist. Strip away all of that. I'm a human being, and I have to address people exactly like that. So for me, code switching every day, because I'm able to get those stories. At the same time, when I walk into an executive board meeting, or when I walk into a meeting at work,
come on now,
I can't go in with a hoodie, number one. Right. Number two, my tone has to change, because I'm meeting those people where they are. Now, some may argue, well, you're not being authentic. Yes, I am, because all of those elements make up me. I'm not faking sounding professional, because I'm a professional too. Period. I'm also not faking being from the hood or some underserved communities, I should say, because I was born in an underserved community. That's also who I am. So it's not like I'm changing who I am. I'm just changing based on the environment that I'm in.
I used
now,
to say,
going back to...
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I was just going to say, hey, you remind me of that one phrase I always say. It's just like, don't get these degrees that I got twisted. Like, she can go from the backyard to the barbecue to the White House. We can do the banquet. We can do it all, because both of those things are all parts of me. Like you said, you're professional, but also don't get it twisted. You know, we can be from the block as well. Like, we can resonate with all. So, friend, I feel you. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Right. And you said code switching. What was the other side of that question?
Oh, yeah. No, I said code switching or fighting for your voice.
Yes, that's a big one, G.
Okay.
And I'm still fighting 14 years in this business. Still fighting. That's where we are in this country. Yeah. That's where we are in this world. I I'm a fight, but I ain't giving up.
I know that's right.
In fact, it was my fight that got me in the door, and my fight is keeping me in it.
Come on now.
There's so many stories that we pitch every day in our newsroom in front of white journalists who don't get it and sometimes don't care to. But it's my job as a Black voice to represent the city that I work for. Because let's be clear, I work for the city.
Yeah.
I work for the people. That's
Right.
what I mean. I work for the people. So if the people are like, wait, what's happening? I'm doing something wrong. So I have to go in there and fight for their voices because we know that our voices don't matter in the community. I've been in it, and I am in the community, and I know what comes with that. So I'm like, wait, I have to be an advocate for those people. So being an advocate for those people, I also have to be an advocate for those people and me in my workspace, advocating for their stories, and then advocating for myself because I am their story. I'm Black.
Come on now.
So
Come on now.
it is a fight every single day. Does it get tiring? Yes.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it always falls on your shoulders? Yes. But guess what? Even if I have to fight my whole life and never see the quote unquote fruits of my labor, maybe the next Justin who comes in as a journalist years down the line, he won't have to deal with that. Just like Martin Luther King did all of that. And of course, there's still some work that needs to be done. What he did has paved the way. Literally, that's why I'm able to do what I do now.
Yeah.
He's one of those individuals who laid that groundwork, that path for me to walk on. So how dare I not create a path for the next Justin after me?
Come on now. So don't friends and cousins out there listening, don't miss your shout. Don't miss your shout. And this is exactly what I mean about the history that we are talking about. We are talking about the history in the making. And once again, it's not depreciating those that came before us because those are the shoulders that we stand on. And friend, like you said just a second ago, you are part of that legacy. And to even think about your industry a little bit more, when you think about the Black journalists and the media figures who paved the way, you mentioned Martin Luther King, but who are the ones that inspired you?
Wow. I did not expect that.
Okay.
Good question.
All right now.
Do you want these people to be like well-known figures or just people in general?
People, it could be people in general, whoever inspired you, because not all heroes wear capes.
That is true. I have a lot of inspirations. Number one, God. I know that's so cliche, but he is at the forefront of every single thing that I do.
Come on now.
So him, I would have to say as far as my career and just being a history maker. Oh, that sounds good.
Don't it? Because you are.
Yeah.
History in the making.
Come on, man. That sounds good and feels good.
Because it is. When you look good, it sounds good, it feels good because it is good and you do good because you are that history in the making. Friend, let it resonate. I'm going to keep on. All right, y'all. I got to take a beat just for a second. Anyone who knows me knows that if I rock with you, I rock with you. And no matter what is happening in your life, even when you don't even see it, I'm going to celebrate and elevate you at all times because that's what those circle, that's what the village, that's what the family, that's what the friends do. That's what the culture is here for because we don't always get that from the outside. So friend, I'm with you when you're right and I'm with you when you're wrong and you ain't wrong, but you're dang sure right. Like I said, I'm going to hype you up every chance because you are history in the making. You are making it just from your story that you have shared with us thus far. I mean, what? That is the flex. Like, you may not say it loud. I'm going to yell it to the rooftops.
No.
I'm going to yell it.
Right.
I'm going to sing it on the mountain. Okay? But yes, it's just like you are that history. And so it's just like, so getting back on track here, we're talking about those who inspired you, but I just had to take a beat, y'all, to do a little shameless plug for friend real quickly. But go ahead. So those who inspired you.
Yes. Others inspired me. This man, Julius Hunter, he was the first Black primetime anchor in St. Louis. Okay. He started at our competition station and eventually moved his way to our station, Channel 4 now. First Black male primetime anchor. Julius Hunter. So he's also an inspiration because if he didn't do it, I couldn't be sitting on the desk as I am now. Obviously my dad, My dad is someone who inspires me, and I don't know if he realizes that he does as much as he does. My dad is a man of very few words, but just his stature, how he carried himself, is something that I still look up to this day.
Yeah.
And I would have to say just other history makers, other people in their own lanes, blazing trails, in their own lanes, thrashing what society has put over them, in their own lanes, removing the black eye over the black face, the black voice, removing that because it's there. Society has placed it there.
Yeah.
So just anyone who's chasing change, that's also a good one.
Keep it.
This is
Write it
good.
down now.
Sorry, anyone who's chasing change is someone that I look up to or who inspire me. Because another thing about people who inspire me, I also am a firm believer in let's connect.
I love that. Surround yourself with like-minded people. I always have that phrase where it's just like when, being the smartest person in the room. Or even though, or no, not even that one. That's not the one. I mean, that's a good one, but that's not the one that I want. I think the one that really comes to mind is your vibe attracts your tribe. And there's so much to be said in that. When you are surrounded by those like-minded individuals or those that celebrate and elevate you, and it's just like it's almost an energy force that's within that group, and you thrive off of it. You inspire each other, you grow for each other, you motivate each other. Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. And friend, thank you so much for sharing who inspired you. Like, oh, and that was a little Black History moment right there, this moment, because that's what it's all about is sharing the history and sharing those facts. But friend, now on the flip of that, because we know that there are young folks out there watching you now, you history maker, what's your advice to the next generation of Black storytellers?
Why are you coming up with these amazing questions?
I know the nerve. How dare I? Ugh, goodness. Because the
Um,
people want to know. That's why. I'm
they
just saying what
do.
the
They
people want to
do.
know.
So you're saying what advice would I give to? I think the best advice I can give is
Mm-hmm.
to not give up.
Mm.
Um,
Okay.
I Okay, we'll give a little bit of this. And I think what
All right.
really helped me realize that was understanding it. I think it came when I moved to California, honestly. So I moved to California
Okay.
back in 2021, early
Mm-hmm.
2021. And I moved there and, being in the Midwest my entire life, working in the Midwest most of my life, this is kind of all we knew. And that's it.
Yeah.
But going to California allowed me to see everything that I have access to. And I'm not sure why God had to take me there to see it, but I don't regret it because I loved it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I think in California, it taught me to realize there is nothing that will stop you from getting what you want. The only thing that's going to stop
Mm.
you is yourself. There may be plans to try to stop you. There may be some things to try to stop you and prevent you from getting what you want, but you can get what you want if you're given the resources, or if you're not given the resources, go get them. So the fight is long and hard, but I would just say keep the fight because there are others who are waiting on your fight to get them in the door. As a matter of fact, I just said this the other day. Matter of fact, I think I put it on my Facebook page the other day. Just talking about the importance of
Mm-hmm.
just building whatever it is that you need to build it because you never know
Yeah.
what you build can actually save somebody else. Prime example,
Mm.
not trying to get biblical, but Noah, God
Come on
told him
now.
to build an
All
ark,
right.
but on that ark,
Mm-hmm.
two by twos, everything that needed to be
All
saved
right.
and preserved was on the boat. Meaning, if Noah didn't build the boat, none of that would be saved because the flood came.
Mm.
And what happens when it floods? Things drown, they go underwater, right? So because of Noah's
Yeah.
obedience and because he did what he's supposed to do, and that's to build, people were saved. So continue fighting because you never know what you're building. You never know
Mm.
your career, your profession, whatever it is. it could save somebody else. It could be a life preserver for somebody.
All right. Come on now. Come on, Noah. Don't miss your shout now, because that was a word. Don't miss it. And you're so right, friend. So thank you for that. And I'm pretty sure the future storytellers, journalists, or just anybody out there definitely can walk away with that, because that is literally what it's about as we continue to make history, because we keep fighting, we keep going, we keep pressing on, we keep on keeping on, as they say. So, all right, we're going to lighten it up a bit. We're going to do a rapid fire round. We're going to do what we're going to call it. We're going to call it, we're going to do some this or that. You ready?
So I got to be quick.
All
okay,
right.
got it.
So, classic news anchor suit or bold fashion moment?
Bold fashion moment.
Okay, all right. Breaking news adrenaline or feel good feature story?
And I got to pick one.
Yes, you got it, friend. It's this or that. Yes, you got to pick one. Yes, you got to pick. I was like, you kind of do.
But also moment. Why can't it be a but also moment? Look,
because it's a this or that
I like
moment.
breaking news,
That's why.
but also,
so breaking news adrenaline
I like a
or
good feature story.
Feel good feature
Isn't
story.
that the podcast that I'm on? The but also. You still there, friend?
Come on now, you better use it what it's for, but also two truths
I
can't
think
exist
your
in the
internet
same place.
Is...
Okay, you can use. I'll give you a pass since you want to use my words against me. Since you want to use a little but also-ness against me. Okay, all right. So I got another one. All right. So interviewing a celeb you admire or covering a history-making event.
So celebrity I admire.
Okay. Bonus question for that one, or part B to that question. Who would that celebrity be? If you had to pick the top 3 celebrities, no particular order, but just 3 that come to your mind that you would love to interview, that you admire, who would they be?
No particular order.
No particular order. Okay,
Barack
Obama. All right.
Do they have to be alive? Well, I guess so. If I
we could do a live or pass. We could do a live or pass, because I'd be curious of what your questions would even be if they're with him no longer being here.
Yeah, I would say Barack Obama. I'm not gonna lie, I would have to say Rosa Parks, because I would like to know what boldness came over her in that moment. Like, yeah. So Barack Obama, Rosa Parks. I would have to say, the third person would be Oprah Winfrey. And I say that because she started in this business too. She did TV for years, but she took a pivot and she started doing things authentically that worked for her. So I would love to know what made her pivot and kind of what that development was like. So I would love to get some insight on that from Oprah.
I know that's right. Between President Barack Obama had put some respect on his name real quickly, and Rosa, I would love to know why she didn't get up. I mean, we know what the movement meant, but I would really love to know that day specifically. You know, the community and the culture, we say that Rosa was just tired. Like she just didn't have it in her to get up on that day. Like, I'm tired. I just got off work. I don't want to get up right now. Y'all don't get out of my face. You're doing too much. And then also with Oprah, Miss Oprah, the mogul herself. Yeah, no, she's been in the game, and all of the glass ceilings that woman has shattered, Big O, yes. I have to give her props. Gots to give her props. Like, it's no small feat, because she got book clubs, recipe clubs, supper clubs. She got all the clubs, to the point where she has created a brand for herself where it's just like, if Oprah said it, then it must be good. Okay, that's I mean, how do you acquire that type of Oprah-ness? And yes, I made that up. Oprah-ness. But no, I would love to know that. Okay, all right. And so here's another one, last one. What is the go-to hype song before going on air? What is that hype song that you hear that stays rent-free, that gets you hype I'm going on the air. I'm about to tell the news. I'm about to give this exclusive. They about to see Justin E today. What is that hype song, friend? Let the people know. We want to hear it. Let's get hype with you.
I'm getting ready to pull it up on the Apple Music. Because can I play a little bit, or is that against rules and regulations? Can we do that? I don't know. Can I do that?
Well, I don't know. I don't want no copyright infringement.
You're right. So we're not gonna do that. But we're
not
gonna do.
I love the fact that you're gonna bust out the tunes.
I'm not gonna sing it.
Okay. Would you like to talk it?
You want me to give you the lyrics?
The lyrics, the title, the artist, either or.
You're finna die. And I'm not making this up simply because you won't hear either.
You know, okay, well, take me out, friend. I don't know.
For the night.
There's a couple that come to mind.
For the night.
You said what?
For the night. You know which one that is?
For the night. Are you talking about the one by Pop Smoke?
Yeah. And here's why, though. Here's
that
why.
Is a good.
And here's why, because it literally puts me in the mood, like, of this for the night. Like, or you can replace night with event. This for the occasion. Like, I'm out here. I'm doing this for the now. Like, it gets me super, super turned. And you know, back in Cali, that was our song, but it still resonates with me right now. Because it literally, I'm like, hey, like, it gets you in that mood. So I would have to say that's my number one.
Yes, big up to Pop Smoke. May you rest in peace. But yes, that was Pop. You did it. Because that is a banger. And to this day, gives me hype. I'm not even gonna lie. It gives me hype. Made me feel like I got the duffel bag in the trunk and I'm out here. And I'm outside. Whatever I'm about to do, I'm out. So I feel you, friend. I feel you. That's a good one. That's a good one. So if y'all haven't heard it, I suggest you go to your local neighborhood app, whatever your music choice is, and go ahead and listen to that one time. So yes. All right. Now, before we go, friend, tell the people where they can follow you and keep up with your journey.
Look, y'all can find me on just about every social media. So on Twitter, or now it's known as X, on Instagram and X, it's Justin _E Andrews. That's also the case on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. It's Justin Andrews TV. I'm on Threads as Justin _E Andrews. Am I missing anything? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok. Is there another one? You can always email me.
Me. All right.
You know, Justin.Andrews. You can call. No, just play. I'm just playing. No, don't call me.
All right. I was like about to give people your social security number and your address. Well, Fred, oh my gosh. Well, all right, y'all. That has been a wrap on today's episode of But Also, the Real Talk podcast for real life moments. And if you're feeling what you heard, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube so you never miss an episode. And hey, while you're at it, make sure to share it with the cousins. Share it with your friends who you think will get a kick out of this episode, because this was a good one. We had some fun today. And once again, do not forget to follow your girl on Instagram and TikTok at @ButAlso_podcast for more real talk, behind the scenes moments, and all of the vibes in between. So thanks for kicking it with me today. And until next time, keep on keeping on, keep thriving and surviving, and embracing all of your moments, the good, the messy, and everything in between. I'll holla.